back to our Busy Bee talk show. As usual, my co-host is Pearl Chandler.
And you are?
And I'm Carol Haggart. And we will be interviewing people throughout the month, twice a week. So be sure and watch our show on your local channel. Our guest today is Angel. Now you can come in.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Angel. And you know what? I don't know your last name.
Ramirez. Angel Ramirez. Yeah.
Oh, well, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. Excited to be here. A little nervous too, but it's okay.
Just like we felt coming to your class.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. I guess the roles have reversed.
Yes, yeah. We do go to his exercise class.
Yeah, you guys are
He has good exercise classes, so be sure and go to them.
You guys are my diligent students. All right.
So anyway, Angel, how did you hear about this job?
Oh, well, kind of, I was looking at different places to guess what's the words I'm trying to say, pursue my career and kind of continue my career. And my girlfriend actually lives right down the street. So she actually went to Badillo Elementary School, and she lives around the area. So I've always been around here some way, and I found this, and it kind of worked out. I kind of just looked on Indeed.com, and this popped up, and yeah, it's.
So how old is your girlfriend?
She's 22.
Okay, so she was here when the kids were here.
No. Oh, well, she went to Badillo Elementary. Yeah.
And she went to some of the kids that lived here, and
Yeah.
probably some in the
Yeah, but she didn't know this existed. She just knew the gated community, but she didn't know this existed. So I think they crossed paths, but they never realized. Yeah.
There are a few people we've run into that went to Badillo.
Badillo Elementary School, yeah.
And what did they tell us about how they met people here and they would come here
Oh,
to visit them?
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah, I know. Margie Mohern always mentions that she used to bring her kids over to come play with the kids over here, and they would kind of just hang out over here and have. Yeah, it was interesting. When I first came here, I saw the playground. I was kind of wondering what that was for. I'm assuming it wasn't for you guys, so I was like, unless they like playing in the playground. But she told me about that, and then yeah, it's pretty interesting to see, like, I guess the transformation it made. Because I mean, I obviously came in not knowing that existed, but it's interesting.
Right, it is interesting that this was an orphanage before, and then when they couldn't have, the state stepped in and were wanting certain things followed, and they didn't want to be involved with that, so they started outsourcing the kids. And they do follow them through college and pay for their college,
Right.
right? Yeah.
So, how about telling us something about you?
Me, I mean,
About Angel.
something about Angel. What is there to find out? I guess I like exercising. That's why I'm here. That's why I do what I do. I guess that's something always I've done as a kid. You know, I think my mom used it as an excuse to get me out of the house, so she didn't have to deal with this 24/7. But yeah, I've always been in some sort of sport, whether it be baseball, soccer, basketball, anything, just anything to get me out of the house, doing something, keeping me busy. So I guess that's kind of why I got into this this career and kind of following that path. Yeah, I still to this day like to exercise on my own, although Carol and Pro, you might know I complain a lot how sore I am during class.
And
But-
I know in school you didn't learn your right from your left.
My right from my left. Good, funny story. I think, well, I don't know if I explained it to you guys. Well, I'm gonna explain it to everyone now. So when I was at my other place, what I would do is the class was in front, facing in 2 rows, and then I was in the front of the class, and they were facing the mirrors. So what I'd do is I'd say stick out your right foot, but I'd stick off my left foot. So if we were facing each other, it'd be the same foot. Well, it doesn't quite work that way over here because it's a circle. So if I say stick out your right foot, but I'm sticking out my left, everyone was like,
Everybody
that's your
gets
left
it wrong.
foot. So, Pearl called me out. I had to explain it, so now I have to reverse the whole situation. And it's funny because it took me a while to. It's called mirroring when you're doing it. It took me a while to learn it because I would always say stick your right foot out, but I had to say stick my left, and it was this whole process. But now I'm learning
Now
to
you
reverse
have
it
to
again. It's like a whole.
Go around
It's
the
a back
other
and
way.
forth. It's pretty funny, but yeah.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in La Puente area, so right down the street from here, not too far. But then we moved to Fontana, right off the 15 and the 210, right when I was in middle school. So I kind of grew up in both areas, kind of knowing everywhere in between. Cause my sister went to the University of Laverne, and I actually followed her and went there too. So I kind of was everywhere in between La Puente to Rancho to Fontana. So I've
What
kind
high
of known
school
this.
did you graduate from?
Etowanda High School, yeah.
Etowanda.
Etowanda High School in Rancho Cucamonga. Go Eagles.
So when you were in college, you learned about.
Yeah, so my major was kinesiology, and it was with a concentration in health and human performance. So what I tell people, it's just basically learning how the body moves.
That's why you know all about the muscles.
Yeah.
It tells us that this will do something for this.
Yeah, I'm glad sometimes because I feel like sometimes I go on and talk, and people are just like, and probably don't understand what I'm saying. But there's I like to tell all the people that come down to the wellness center. There's a method to the madness. You know, you guys don't see a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I do, the math, and then just figure out little stuff to tweak. And I promise it's not just me torturing you guys trying to do 100 million bicep curls and 100 million leg extensions. It's a bunch of stuff that goes into it too. But yeah, that's why I went to school for, and it's fun. It's fun to apply it with you guys and apply it to myself as well. So
Well, it's fun to see somebody who enjoys their work.
yeah.
May not be the highest paying work.
Hey, but it pays the bills.
But if you enjoy it and you can live on it, it's good.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. It's something I've always enjoyed since I was a kid. So, and working with other people, it's just like I say, because it's like working in a gym environment with the general population. It's a little different than working with, for example, you guys and working with athletes. Because I feel like, in my opinion, you guys have the same mentality as athletes. Because you guys are. You guys aren't here because you want to look a certain way, or you want to look great for a wedding, or you want to look great for something. You guys just want to feel better and do things that you wouldn't think you were capable of doing, and that's what I enjoy. That's why I enjoy this job, because it's with all the residents that come to me and they're like, I'm able to do this now. I'm able to do this now. It excites me because I see the progress within themselves, and I'm pretty sure they feel happy with how far they've come. So it's definitely enjoyable for me to watch. And I know sometimes it's not fun because that means I make it a little harder and I give you guys exercise a little more difficult, but that just means we're getting better and better as we go. And
I like it when you add something different.
Yeah, something new. It keeps it fresh too. It doesn't, makes you less bored of me, I guess.
Well, it's like, and we're hard to get it through to, as well as our kids, which were older or younger or the same age as you. Not the same age, younger.
They're younger. You're younger
I'm
than
younger.
our
Our
kids.
grandkids.
Yeah.
But it's hard for you to want to accept other things.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely easier, like what I tell my family, because my family is always like, well, you should teach us and do all this stuff. It's hard when it's someone that's related to you telling you what you should be doing. And it's easier for me because I'm coming from the outside looking in. And I don't know, I just think people get more comfortable, and I do like to push you guys, but I'm not one to just throw you out on your own and make you do a bunch of stuff that you don't feel comfortable with. I do want to ease into it. Like if you guys notice during class, like I always do, in this we're eventually gonna get to this exercise, but I just want to start off with this exercise so we can get used to this movement. So that's kind of how I approach things.
Well, we hope you can stay.
Yeah, well, that's the plan. That's the goal. We still got a lot of exercises to learn.
Right.
So.
Because a lot of the other ones, they come for a while and then they leave.
No, I'll be here a while. You guys aren't getting away that easy.
Oh,
Join the
good.
service, or they've changed their mind on what they want to do.
No, yeah, I'm pretty set on exercise, so.
Oh, good.
You guys aren't getting away with me that easily.
Well, I have a grandson that has all the exercise equipment in the garage, and he does that.
That's a gold mine right now.
And yeah,
A lot of people are looking for
It
exercise
is.
equipment because they have to exercise at home now.
well, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, we're lucky to have the facility down there, but a lot of people outside, we have to deal with working out at home and stuff.
Oh,
I'm lucky
And with
too
a
because
can
I
of
get a
soup and
yeah, a can of soup.
you
Yeah,
have to get the same size.
Someone's been
same
reading
kind
the-
of soup.
yeah. Someone's reading the flyers. That's what I recommend.
I
They're
read the
hard to
flyers
hold.
all the
Yeah.
They're
time.
too big around.
The soups, depending on what you get, I think water bottles are easier because then you could fill them up and like put less water in there to make them lighter, fill them up to make them harder and stuff like that. There's like the half-gallon ones that are a little bigger, so you can use those as weights. But you got to get creative when you don't have any exercise equipment. But yeah.
Mm. Well, tell us about the wellness center too.
Well, the wellness. So right now, currently, I guess I could say the staffed hours when I'm there is from 8 to 4:30. So anyone wanting to stop by, they can always either drop in, or I prefer people give me a call ahead of time. That way, I know they're coming in, and I can have whether it be something ready for them or an equipment, especially since we have to stay 6 feet apart, and equipment already wiped for them and ready for them to use. But yeah, and then we also have our group classes, which I very much enjoy because it gets people. You guys get to see new faces, so you guys get to enjoy the suffering with other people, as I call it. So I have those Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 3:00, which is where Carol's at. So if you want to see Carol, that's where she's at. And then Tuesday, Thursday at 9:00 with Pearl, and then we have Hirsch that comes and a bunch of other people. So those are my classes right now. I may look to expand and get more classes going, but for now, those are the classes we're dealing with. So.
And believe me, you think chair exercises aren't hard, but they are.
They get to. I find a way to make it hard.
My legs are still sore from this last week.
Yeah.
So one thing about that, when your legs get sore, should you keep on exercising?
So yes and no. So there's so here's my thing is if when your legs get sore, if you can push through that fatigue, what I call it, because that's basically what's happening is your legs are tired, your muscles, small tears in the muscles, you need to recover from that. If you can push through that and you can actually exercise while you're fatigued, then imagine what you can do when you're well rested and not fatigued and not tired. So I tell people yes and no, listen to your body. If it's really sore to the point where you're messing up your form and you're messing up your exercises and you're kind of just going through the motions because you need to get through them, then I'd recommend just taking a rest day. But if you're sore and you're still able to do the exercises properly and do them at the prescribed however many times I tell you to do them, then I would recommend pushing through. But again, you know your body better than I do. I just say for the most part, I tell people when they're overtraining and when they should take a rest, but for the most part, we're never overtraining. We need more training than we think.
It'd be nice if the morning class was 3 days a week too.
3 days a week, maybe I might have to think about that. Again, I'm thinking about adding more classes or more class times, just because I do have more people wanting to come to the classes, and hopefully I see those people on the screen wanting to come to the classes. So, and then we can maybe add more times, because again, I'm only limited to the amount of people I'm allowed to have within the class just because of the whole COVID-19, and we want to make sure we stay a good distance apart. So if we do have more people interested, I definitely will add another option or another time.
Or move more tables back.
And move more tables back. That's what I've been doing. I don't know if you noticed, but as more people come, I have to push the tables farther and farther away. And we're about like just a whole big circle. We stretch all the way from over here to over there. So yeah, hopefully we can get more people to come, and I'll definitely add more classes, or if not, either way we'll add more.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More people to enjoy the suffering
Because
with us.
when you do 3 classes, then you only have one time of 4 days.
Yeah, that's true.
But when you do 2 classes, you have
Multiple times, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you can always come to a different class, whether it be you come to the morning class and then the afternoon class a different day. I like to think a balance of everything is okay. You're okay with going 3 times a day, whether it be to the same class or different classes, but it doesn't hurt you to transfer and go maybe one day in the morning, one day in the afternoon. So,
Oh, that's an idea.
yeah,
because I like to go some of the afternoon
Of
classes.
course.
but I feel like I don't wanna push other people out.
No, we have definitely room. I'll make room.
I
We'll
think
find-
there's-
And
Okay.
if not, we'll make another class. So we'll figure something out. You guys give me a call.
Yeah,
I
I
should
think
know
we
my
can make
extension.
room, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, give me a call and then we'll figure something out. If you're interested, anyone interested, go ahead and give me a call.
Okay,
All right.
Well, now that, you've given us a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I talk a lot, so.
that's
we do.
hopefully,
good.
hopefully I just don't bore you guys. So that's the only thing I worry about.
No, we laugh a lot.
All right, that's good.
That's why I like it.
Well,
But she
we
just gave us
appreciate
the
you
notice.
being here today.
Of course, I appreciate being here. I appreciate you guys
It's
having
really
me.
been fun.
Well, we enjoyed it very much, so we're gonna have to get ready to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.